Hi, and welcome to Yoga with Tim. Welcome to the Quarantine Challenge. So this is a rough time for the world, and I figured the best thing that I could offer is a little bit of yoga to help you to find some stability, some grounding, some time spent inward. So without further ado, let's go right into seated meditation. Sit with your legs crossed at the middle of the shins. Rest your hands on your thighs with your palms facing up. Close your eyes and draw your awareness inward. Just start to notice the sensation of your breath. Breathe in through your nose. And as you breathe out, feel the grounding, cooling sensation. As you breathe in, feel the expansion, feel your spine grow tall, your chest open. And as you breathe out, feel your sit bones root down towards the ground and your head stay tall up on top of your spine. Then open your eyes, but keep your focus inward. Come onto your hands and your knees. Place your hands right underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Round your back and look back at your navel as you exhale. Inhale, tip your sit bones up, wheel your chest forward. Exhale to round through your back. And inhale into extension. Exhale into flexion. Inhale into extension. And then come into neutral. Now I want you to imagine your arms starting from your neck. So we're going to have this focus on the throat chakra and the sacral chakra today. So think of the nerves for your arms flowing from the side of your neck, the back of your neck, from the brachial plexus down through the wrist, out through the fingers. And as you stretch your right arm forward, stretch it in a way that's helping to grow the nerves out through the fingertips. This opening up while you're strengthening. Similarly, as you stretch your left leg back, visualize from the sacrum, you're growing your leg. The sacrum, that's the thick bony part at the top of your buttock. So if you hang into it, you'll feel the sacrum narrow, but if you keep some support for your belly, you'll feel it can open up. Now engage your left buttock and lift your left heel up just an inch, but keep your belly lifted so that your sacrum is open. Now as you exhale, bend your elbow and knee out to the side. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, bend elbow, knee out to the side. Inhale, reach back out. What happened to the sacrum and the neck as you exhale, bend? Can you keep the space there? Inhale, back out. Lower your hand and your knee down. Change sides. Stretch your left arm forward in a way that is active but not too active. Reach your right leg back. Then as you engage your right buttock, keeping the sacrum open, lift the foot up just an inch. Exhale, bend out to the side. Keep the integrity of your spine. You're not sinking or rounding. Inhale, back out. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, back out. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, back out. Lower your hand and your knee down. Then press down into the four corners of your hands, inner arms tall, neck broad, collarbones broad. Lift your knees up just 1 inch. Grow the legs from the hips. Then pull your hips straight up into the air and stretch back towards downward facing dog. Wiggle your feet back a bit. As you inhale, glide into plank pose to bring the shoulders over the heel of the hand. Spread through your shoulder blades. Pull your middle in. Grow your legs. Reach the crown of your head forward. Chin in a little as your chest lifts. Stretch back into downward facing dog. Inhale into plank pose. Exhale into dog pose. Inhale into plank pose. Exhale, stretch back into dog. Then walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. Put just a little bend in your knees as you let your head drop. Then bring your hands onto your hips. Turn your elbows up towards the ceiling as you reach your heart forward. Little bend in the knees. Make the flat back. Shift the weight over into your right heel. Step your left leg back into a lunge. Keep turning the elbows up, but without hardening your sacrum lower back. Keep the neck free, the spine long. It's not sinking, it's not rounding. And as you hold the neutral, stretch your arms back behind you. Press into the center of your right heel. Pull your right thigh bone back, right hip crease back. Engage your back leg, grow your spine muscles long. Then set your left hand down without throwing the pose away and twist, take your right arm up. So just notice when you go to lean over, does your body hang over, or can you keep your core active when you go to put your hand down? It's like one of the most common ways people throw out their back, like bending over to grab something. So we can train those muscles in yoga so that when you go to bend over to pick up the dog animal or whatever it is, your dog's toy, you don't throw out your back and have to go to the chiropractor for 2 weeks or something. Bring your hand down and lower your back knee. Lift from your belly and come up. Turn your triceps forward. Reach down through your left shin. Breathe all the way down towards your navel. Bring your hands down to the mat. Step back into plank pose. Now hold in your plank and raise your left leg up just an inch. Change, raise your right leg up an inch. Change, left leg up. Abs in, shoulder blades broad, collarbones broad. Change legs. Set that foot down, feel the heat building. Pull your hips straight up and then reach back, but keeping your abs in, ribs in as you go to stretch back, inner arms long. Walk your feet forward. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to your hips. Bend your knees, reach your chest forward. Turn the elbows up. Roll the triceps in. Now shift the weight into the left heel, but keep aiming your heart forward. Step your right leg back into the lunge. Then stretch your arms straight back. Root down into the front of your left heel. Draw your left thigh bone deeper into the socket. Feel the heat building, back leg strong, spine long. Then slowly lower your right hand down without throwing the pose away. Keep your thoracic spine long as you twist. Take your left arm up. Let's just go fingertips so you don't fall into your hand. Keep the activity through the legs. Bring your hand down, lower your back knee down. Inhale your arms up. Lengthen down through your hips, through your right thigh, down through your right shin. Lift up through the front of the pelvis as you raise your arms. Breathe all the way down towards your navel. And feel that the way that you're stretching your arms is helping to free up the tension through the back of the neck and the shoulders instead of creating more. Same with the way that you're stretching your legs here, opening up the sacrum, creating health for the lower back instead of strain. Bring your hands back down. Step back into plank pose. Now in your plank, we're going to do a little core challenge. So make sure your elbows aren't locked. Push into your hands even. And then bring your right knee up to your chest. Now round your back, pull your knee up. Inhale, lower your knee. Tap it gently, just lightly to the floor, make a flat back. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, lightly, barely even tap. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, tap. Step it back. Change sides, pull your left knee up. Round your back. Don't lock your elbows, spread your blades. Don't hike your traps. Inhale, lower, slow. Barely tap, barely. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, tap very lightly. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, barely tap. Step it back, plank. Pull hips straight up. Stretch back into down dog. Hide your inner heels behind you Stretch your toes forward from your long legs. Draw your femur bones up and back. Turn the triceps down. Feel the space for your neck and low back. Walk your feet forward. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back into plank pose, one leg at a time. Shift forward and lower slowly into chaturanga. Lift back up into plank. Lower down onto your belly. Inhale into low cobra. Press the pinky toes down into the floor. Feel the inner thighs spiral up towards the ceiling. And then move the buttocks towards the backs of the knees as you lift the skin of your belly up towards your chest. Chin in a bit, but chest forward. Now keeping your blades hugged in and onto your back, hold here, roll into upward facing dog. Stretch back into down dog. If the up dog starts to strain your lower back, I don't think it's very appropriate for people who don't practice yoga all the time or haven't been practicing with a solid foundation, like having done the 30-day challenge at least, then I'm going to recommend doing the cobra instead of doing the up dog. Unless you feel like it's totally fine on your back, whatever. Walk your feet forward to the front. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now raise your right leg up behind you from the inner thigh. Exhale your knee to your chest. Pull up. Step your foot lightly up by your thumb. Push down through the center of your right heel, pull your right thigh back, and come up into crescent lunge. Turn your triceps forward. Press the shoulder blades in as you lift up through the pinkies. Lift up through your back inner thigh, go up. Then bring your right hand to your hip. Spin your navel towards your right thigh and twist. Up towards your right shoulder, actually, spin your navel. Then join your palms together. Now glance down at the floor and adjust your pelvic roots so they aim straight back and so that your head aims straight out through your right big toe line. Then maintaining that, bend your back knee, keep your right hip on a track with your ankle as you step forward. Draw your left shin back into alignment with your right. Now compact your outer hips, lift your belly, raise your arms up. And stand. Release your arms, mountain pose. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale the knee to your chest, pull it up. Step your foot up by your thumb. Press into the heel, nice wide stance here, feet outer hips distance, left thigh back, come on up. Go right up through the midline instead of leaning side to side. Turn your triceps forward, press the blades in and lift up. Then staying tall through your back leg and your spine, you can see if you can lunge a little deeper without losing that length. Breathe in and out through your nose. Bring your left hand to your hip. Twist right elbow to your knee. Press your elbow down, lift your heart up. Join your palms. Now glance down at the floor. Bend your back knee, keep that left hip on a track with your ankle. Step forward. Chair twist. Line up the shins. Keep aiming your pelvic roots, tailbone, sit bones back. Reach through your heart, core of your heart straight ahead. Telescope the spine forward. Now engage your outer hips without tensing in your sacrum lower back. Inhale, come up, arms up. And stand, mountain pose. Inhale into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step or float back into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot for warrior one. Inhale, come up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or plank. Exhale, downward dog. Step your left foot up. Inhale, come up, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Remember, you can always do chaturanga with knees down if it's too difficult, just like that. Upward facing dog or plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees and look forward. Step or float up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Chair pose, sit back, arms strong. Stand, Samastiti. Now step your right foot back about 4 feet. Hands on your hips. Angle your left leg inward slightly and turn your right leg out about 90 degrees. Stand tall up over your hips as you start to bend your right knee. Keep your chest upright. Then spread your arms out to the side. Virtu. Now what's happening in the lower back? If you try to go too deep, you'll feel the sacrum lower back shrink. Then those nerves can't flow well. So when you first start yoga, it's about just like moving through the shapes. Like, okay, can I hold myself like this? And can I get everything in the right spot? And try to, but eventually we want to start to tune into what's happening with the nervous system, the flow of energy in our body. So in yoga, we call it like prana, life force energy moving through. Anatomically, you'd say like what's happening with the nerves, or are the nerves able to fire, are the nerves able to lengthen, are they getting caught up in scar tissue, etc. Bring forearm to thigh or hand onto the outside of your foot, left arm over. So feel that the energy isn't getting trapped. It can flow down through the legs into the feet, out through the toe tips, and similarly through your neck. So through the Vyana Vayu, this is the entrance into the Prana Vayu. If we're all crunched over on the cell phone all day, which what the heck else are you doing during quarantine time? besides Netflixing and cell phoning. So this is your time to start to open that up so that breath can flow through you, so energy can move, so that your nerves can flow freely, so they're not all crunched down. Come back up. Straighten your right leg. Then lift your belly and raise your arm up. Inhale. Exhale, reach into Utthita Trikonasana. Hand onto the shin, ankle, or fingertips down. Take your left arm up. But again, don't let your ego get involved. Don't go so low to where you're crunching up. Then glance down at the floor, put a little bend in your knee and push into your right foot, your heel, big toe, little toe mound. Bend the knee, keeping that connection in your foot. Step up to balance. Hand goes a foot in front of your foot. Now you can use a block or a ficus triangularis, whatever you have handy, so that you can get the length through your spine, so you're not hunched over to get the hand down. Lift the back heel up into the line of the spine, so maybe like an inch above your pelvis. And now keep focusing on your right foot even into the mat. Now bend your right leg, slide into warrior two. Straighten your right leg, turn to the other side. Hands onto your hips at first. Ground from your sacrum, hip down into your foot. As you bend your left knee, stay tall up over your pelvis, not shrinking forward or back. Spread your arms out, but even the way that you're reaching your arms, it's not too much, but it's not too little. We want to get that energy to flow. We want to get the nerves to flow. We want to get the muscles to start to move. So in yoga, we'd say that we want this, we're looking for a yoga quality. It's not too rajasic, it's not too tamasic, not too dull, not too energetic. Then tip from your pelvis, go forearm to thigh or hand on the outside of your foot. Take your right arm over. Just the right amount of effort. And your breath will give you clues. Is the breath flowing? Is it moving through your whole body? Especially through the neck and the sacrum energy centers. Inhale to come back up. Then straighten your leg, raise your arm, inhale. And reach out into triangle pose. Find just the right spot for your body. Then put a little micro bend in your knee, push into the foot evenly, big toe, little toe mound heel. Bend the knee deeper, slide the hand, and glide the back leg up. Now just make sure, as you start to lift up into the pose, that you're reaching down from your left hip into your left foot, even into those spots, and then pin the left outer hip in and up at the same time towards your right hip. Can you open the sacral roots, lengthen through the nerves, flow the nerves through the hips, through the buttocks, through the knee, out through the toe tips? What about in your neck? Did you crunch up in the neck? Or can you flow through the shoulders, through the elbows, through the fingertips? Oh, that really changes what muscles are working now. Bend your knee, slide back, warrior two. Vinyasa, hands to the mat, step back, or you can skip the vinyasa and stretch right back into downward dog, your call. Inhale into plank pose, put your left hand in the middle and roll into side plank. If you need to modify, you can just set your knee down onto the ground. Make sure that the elbow isn't locked. Grow down from your neck nerves all the way down through your shoulders towards your fingertips, nails. Engage your legs, push down through the edges of the feet, turn on your legs, your core. Slowly with control, come back into plank. Change sides, right hand down, open up. Firm the hips to the feet. Stretch your belly up, lift. Slowly with control, come back to plank. Come into plank on your elbows. And then bring your left knee up to your right armpit. Change. Right knee to your left pit. Change. Left knee to right pit. Change. Right knee to left. Stretch it back. Then walk into down dog on your forearms. Then look up at your hands, plant the hands down onto the mat, stretch into down dog. Walk your feet up to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, raise your arms. Exhale, Samasthiti. Eagle legs. Stretch your arms forward and sit back like you're sitting into a chair. Then cross your left leg up and over your right. Bring your hands to prayer position. You can hold in prayer or take the eagle arms with the left arm crossed under. Up to you. Now as you connect even into your right foot, your right outer hip is going to stay firmed in and strong. Uncross your left leg, tip your chest forward as you stretch the leg back into warrior three position. Now just feel that from your sacrum, you can open up into the backs of the knees. Your belly stays lifted. Then step back into warrior one. Reach up. Straighten your right leg, right hand to your hip, twist. Left hand down to the shin or to the block, right arm up. Bring your hands down, stretch back into downward facing dog, or take a vinyasa. Step or hop up to the top. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to chair pose. Stand and release your arms. Chair pose, arms forward. Cross your right leg up and over. Cross the right elbow under for eagle arms or practice prayer position. Then uncross your right leg, left outer hip stays steady. Don't let the knee cave in. Tip into warrior three. Bend your knee, step back into warrior one. Straighten your leg. Reach, place your hand down, block or floor, twist and take your arm up. Bring your hands down, step back into down dog, or take a vinyasa. Look in between your hands, step or hop up to the top. Come into boat pose. So balance in between your tailbone and your sit bones. Pull your belly up, and then see if you can start to straighten your legs without sinking back. Then lower into low boat pose. Now if you feel it in your lower back or your abs are starting to pop out, just drop one heel down and really focus on engaging. Make sure you have the abs turned on as you're holding. Come back up into boat. Then cross your legs at the center, hands next to your hips. Push down, pull your belly up, lift your hips. Then see if you can lift one foot and then the other. Set your butt down, come into boat pose. Spine tall as you start to straighten the legs, maybe. Don't sink back at all. Then lower into low boat. Come back up into boat. Cross the legs the other way. Hands down, pick up. Turn on your bandhas and maybe lift one foot and then the other. Come back to boat. Just 20 more times. Lower to low boat. Then take your legs up, arms down at your side. Lower your right leg slowly so it's hovering an inch above the floor. Abs in, stretch your hips out of your low back. Reach from the back of your skull so you're decompressing your spine, and then change legs. If it's too hard, if your hamstrings are too tight, just keep your top knee bent. Work on spinal elongation. So that's more important for your core muscles to be able to hold in a neutral spine under load. Change sides, more important than the flex spine. Change sides. Then both legs up. Lower both legs slowly a third of the way, hold the abs in. Lower another third of the way. One more inch. And back up. Last one. Lower a third of the way. Lower another third of the way. 1 inch. Back up. Set your feet down. Now press your upper arm bones down. Engage your glutes first, then your hamstrings, and lift up. Now point your fingers up to the ceiling like robot arms. Push the upper arm bones down, the shoulder heads down, the back of the shoulder down. Roll your hip bones in towards each other so you feel your sacrum broaden, lower back broaden. And then see if you can lift up 1 more inch, but keep wrapping the front hip bones in. Press the shoulder heads down. Lower your buns down. Open your arms out to the side. Watch out for your fluffy dog. Right knee over to the right. What the heck? Cross your legs. Hips over to the right a little. Knees over to the left. Bring knees and hips back to center. Change the cross of the legs. Hips over to the left a little, knees over to the right. Come back to center. Hug your knees in and roll up to seated. Sit in Dandasana. Legs stretched straight out, hands at your side. Then bend your left knee back like a tree pose leg and start to stretch out over your right leg any amount. However deep you go, feel that the whole spine is moving forward and down evenly instead of just hunching from your upper back. Come back up, change sides. Inhale back up. Then cross your legs right at the middle of the shins and sit up straight and tall. We're going to practice just a little bit of pranayama. This is called Nadi Shodhana pranayama, or nerve cleansing. And this is going to help you to feel more balanced. So when you're feeling stressed out, this is a great little practice that you can do. Just go off into your room, into your corner, or wherever, do a little breath practice, and then lay down. And it's gonna help you to feel more grounded and centered, like I talked about at the beginning. So just take the hand and we'll plug the left nostril. Now the mudra is thumb, ring finger, pinky finger together, and then the ring finger and pinky finger are plugging one nostril. But it's too difficult to get your hand in this position. You can just use your thumb and middle finger, whatever. So we're gonna plug the left nostril as you sit up straight and tall, tip your chin towards your chest. Breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Pause at the top. Plug the right and breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Plug the left. Breathe out through the right. Then Ujjayi breath in through the right. Plug the right, out through the left. In through the left. Plug the left, out through the right. Lower your hand down, let your head float back up, and then lie down flat for shavasana. Let your body relax completely. As you let your body open up, notice the vibrational quality in your body. You feel more connected to the flow in your body. And when you feel connected to that, you'll notice that you feel calm, yet energized. Now feel free to take more time here. You can pause or stop the video and lie as long as you like in shavasana. Or bend your knees and roll over to your side. Press yourself up. With your palms together, thank you. Namaste. Hey, I'd appreciate it if you just took a moment, and if there's anybody that you can think of that would benefit from adding some yoga into this time in their life, then you can share this video by clicking the little arrow button. It'll give you the link. You can just text that to people or email it, however you do it. Also, while you're at it, make sure to hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on your notifications so you won't miss any of the future videos for this series. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you're feeling what I'm talking about the sacrum and the neck, then write below. And if you have any questions about it, let me know too. Happy to connect with you, and I love hearing from you guys. One last thing, make sure that you're signed up for this challenge. Go to my website, which is yogawithtim.com, and drop your email in there so that you don't miss any of these videos. I hope that you feel what I was talking about, that you feel energized, you feel calm, and hopefully you can help to bring a little serenity into your home. And that'll be nice for this time, don't you think? All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Oh wait, one last thing. Heck, I almost forgot. If you found this too challenging and you're like, I want to keep doing yoga with you, but this is just too gnarly. Okay, I'm putting this link below in the description to the 30-day challenge, which will set you up better for this challenge. So I recommend doing that first during your quarantine. If you're like, I've been practicing for a long time, this is boring, I want harder. Okay, I feel you. I'm gonna put a link to the Conscious Movement community, which is a subscription service that you can do with me for 15 bucks a month, but I'm gonna give it to you for free for 2 weeks. So during your quarantine, you can just jam on that and really deepen your practice with me that way. Okay, that's it. See you next time. Have a great day.